Hi, boys and girls. Today you're going to learn another silly song.
It's time for learning. Learning can be fun with Miss Nancy. It's time for learning. Learning can be fun with Miss Nancy. Learning can be fun with Miss Nancy. Learning can be fun with Miss Nancy. Golden.
Hi, boys and girls, and welcome to Learning with Miss Nancy. I'm so happy that you've decided to spend time with me because I love spending time with you. Today I'm going to introduce you to a new word, and I want you to add this word to your word box or your word bank. And the word is classic. Say it. Classic. Good. Tell the ceiling. Classic. Tell the floor. Classic. Tell the wall. Classic. Tell the door. Classic. Very good. Now, how many sounds and syllables do you hear in the word classic? Well, let's clap it out. Classic. 2. Very good. 2 sounds, 2 syllables. Classic. 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 Say it again. Classic. Good. Now let's spell the word together. C-L-A-S-S-I-C. And the word is classic. Now, what does the word classic mean? The word classic means something that has lasted for a very long time. Something that's old but sets a standard. Something that everyone likes and holds dear to their heart. Something that has you heard the phrase stood the test of time. It's been existing for years and years and years and years, and it never gets old. That's classic. For example, when you think of your nursery rhymes, Mary had a little lamp.
Little lamp, little lamp.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Twinkle, little star.
Those songs are classics. They're old, but they set a standard. They've been around for a very long time, but they're dear to everyone's heart. And everyone knows the songs when they hear them and can sing the songs together, right? I did some research today. And did you know that Mary Had a Little Lamb was written back in 1877? Yes. So that song is 146 years old. That's longer than your grandmother, great-grandmother, and great-great-grandmother. That's an old song. It's been around for a long time. It has stood the test of time. And everyone still knows it when they hear it and can sing it, and it brings delight to your heart, sets a standard. Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Its publication dates back to 1744. Whoa! That song is 279 years old. Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star is an old classic. And everybody, everywhere knows that song. So when you think of classics, think of songs that have stood the test of time. They're very old, but they're dear to your heart. What else can be a classic? A book, a story can be a classic, right? Little Red Riding Hood. Everyone has heard of that story, and it's old, it's vintage, it's classic. And it has stood the test of time. Because even though it's been around for a long time, right? People still know about it. They can actually tell the story. They still write books about it, right? Charlotte's Web is a classic. The Velveteen Rabbit is a classic. There's so many books that are old and vintage, but have been around for a long time, and they're still very popular. Now, there are some songs that you might sing and some books that you might read, and when you get old, no one will ever remember them because they won't be classics. They may be good songs, but they won't be classics. They won't stand the test of time. They're cars. Yes, cars that are classics. And so you might want to look at some pictures that I have for you of cars that are classics. They are, oh my goodness, they'll take your breath away. And you don't see them on the street anymore, but if you go to car shows or if you look on YouTube, you will see these hot rods, classic cars that have stood the test of time. So, why do I bring this word classic to you? Why am I presenting this? Well, if you've been following me, and I'm sure you have, I've been singing a lot of vintage songs, a lot of old songs, silly songs, funny songs, taken directly from my childhood experiences. And these songs are classics. Your mother knows them, your father knows them, your grandparents know many of them, and they've been around for a long time. So we want to keep them around for a long time. So I'd like to expose you to songs from my personal experiences as a child and share them with you. And hopefully you'll learn them and share them with your children when you get big and grown and have children of your own, right? So the word is classic. Something that's very, very old, but sets a standard. Something that's been around for a long time. Something that everyone remembers, everyone can relate to, and it sets a standard. The word is classic. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to teach you another one of my songs taken directly from my childhood experience. And it's called My Darling, My Dear. Take a listen. Put your hands on your shoulders, my darling, my dear. This is the head nodder, my darling, my dear. Head nodder. Put your hands on your shoulders, my darling, my dear. These are the eye blinkers, my darling, my dear. Head nodder, eye blinker. Put your hands on your shoulders, my darling, my dear. This is the nose blower, my darling, my dear. Head nodder, eye blinker, nose blower. Put your hands on your shoulders, my darling, my dear. This is the lip kisser, my darling, my dear. Head nodder, eye blinker, nose blower, lip kisser. Put your hands on your shoulders, my darling, my dear. This is the heart beater, my darling, my dear. Head nodder, eye blinker, nose blower, lip kisser, heart beater. Put your hands on your shoulders, my darling, my dear. These are the hip shakers, my darling, my dear. Head nodder, eye blinkers, nose blower, lip kisser, heart beater, hip shaker. Put your hands on your shoulders, my darling, my dear. These are the knees benders, my darling, my dear. Head nodder, eye blinker, nose blower, lip kisser, heart beater, hip shaker, knee bender. Put your hands on your shoulders, my darling, my dear. These are the foot stompers, my darling, my dear. Head nodder, eye blinker, nose blower, lip kisser, heart beater, hip shaker, knees bender, foot stomper. And that's the end of my song, my dear.